If there wasn't women in rap, I couldn't even imagine the culture of hip-hop. Female MCs were always on the front line, always on the front line.
From the inception of hip-hop in the 1970s, MC Sha-Rock was a pioneer, known as the mother of the mic. Here's one of the earliest recordings of a female MC performing live, the Funky 4+1. Their first single, Rappin' and Rockin' the House.
People out there, we want y'all to know, we are the ones with the magical show. We're 2 DJs and 5 MCs, 4 other fellas plus 1 is me.
I was the blueprint of female MCs on the microphone.
Talented from a young age, she started rhyming as a child.
My mom had enrolled me in a poetry slam. She said, this is what you do. Rhyme it, you recite it, and your cadence will make people be able to feel it when you say it. And so that was my beginning. About the age of 8, I moved to the Bronx. You know, when you look around the Bronx, you see the burning buildings, you know, the environment.
In 1973, in many parts of the South Bronx, such basic services as adequate light, heat, and plumbing are the exception rather than the norm.
The politicians wasn't taking care of New York City. There was like no hope. You had to be tough. To help us get away from all the negativity, no matter what was going on around us in New York City at the time, we looked forward to the park jams. Kids with little or no resources created something out of nothing.
6 feet, 35 head.
Hip-hop wasn't called hip-hop back then in the 70s. It was going to the jams.
Rap music began in the South Bronx on playgrounds like this one, where people would gather to spin records and recite their own lyrics, their raps, over the instrumental section.
The only form of communication that we had was flyers, we had cassette tapes, and word of mouth.
Back then, you wouldn't hear that music on the radio. People would, with a cassette tape, literally tape the DJ while it was happening, and then those tapes would get copied. And then there's 10 people huddled around a radio listening to that one tape, and that's literally how it spread.
In 1977, they wanted MCs to audition for this new crew. So I got on the number 41 bus and start writing my rhymes, writing and reciting, writing and reciting. The rhyme that put me in the crew was, I'm Sha-Rock and I can't be stopped. For all the fly guys gonna hit the top. I could do it for the ones that are weak or strong.
And I can do it for the ones that are right or wrong.
Well, I'm listed under column that's classified, then I could be a nurse and I'm qualified. That rhyme became that's the joint.
Sha-Rock earned a spot in this new rap crew at the age of 17. And as the only female to audition, she became one of hip-hop's first females.
I'm the plus one more and I'm going down. She's the best female in this hit town. And everybody know that I'm golden brown.
In 1981, we get this call, and Debbie Harry's manager's like, look, we want the Funky 4+1 on Saturday Night Live.
Please welcome my friends from the Bronx, the Funky 4+1 more.
It's the first time that hip-hop is being televised.
It was a monumental moment. Rap music was introduced to mainstream America with a young black female at the vanguard.
However, I wasn't able to really enjoy being on that stage. I was pregnant. My stomach is hurting. It's like, oh man, how is this gonna stop me from doing what I wanted to do? And my group was terrified. They were mad at me.
Although the Funky Four never reached commercial success, MC Sha-Rock was cemented into history as the first lady of hip-hop, inspiring the next generation of female MCs. She's a joy. At the same time, rap music was struggling to be taken seriously as a genre. That was until a female music producer named Sylvia Robinson, the founder and CEO of Sugar Hill Records, released the single Rapper's Delight.
When I first heard Rapper's Delight, it was like, yo, you see this? I ain't never seen nothing like this.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop, you don't stop the rocket. to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie beat.
Rapper's Delight was a huge deal to find out that it was a woman, you know, Miss Robinson, behind it all. It was wonderful.
Rapper's Delight was the first hip-hop single to reach the top 40 charts and a major catalyst for the rap industry. By the early 1980s, Queens was emerging as a prolific hip-hop hub. It's here where Lolita Shantae Gooden learned the rap game and was later known as the legendary Roxanne Shantae.
I was raised in Queensbridge public housing. It was like being in a complete little city. My skills started when I was 9 years old watching Nipsey Russell on Hollywood Squares. He rhymed every response to everything they asked him.
There's one sure way to know. Kids used to ask where they came from. Now they'll tell you where you can go.
I was amazed, and I was like, I can do that.
By the age of 14, Roxanne became known citywide as one of the fiercest MCs, and pretty soon, she would be catapulted into the national spotlight.
On my block was one of the greatest hip-hop producers, which was DJ Marley Marl. I was doing my laundry. DJ Marley Marl happened to call me out the window, and he was like, come do a little freestyle for me. And I said, okay, but look, I only have a few minutes. So I went up to his house. He was like, you ever heard that song, Roxanne, Roxanne? I said, yeah.
It was a song by a group called UTFO.
Roxanne, she's all stuck up. Why you say fat? Cause you wouldn't give a guy like me no rap.
UTFO's Roxanne, Roxanne. They were talking about some girl they wanted to talk to and she was stuck up.
And DJ Marley Marl asked her to do what she did best, diss it.
He put it on and he said, all right, well, just do something about that. And then that's when I just did a freestyle. Went downstairs, finished my laundry, and left it alone.
With a twist on my cheek and a twist on my wrist, I have all the guys dropping down like this. Yeah, I am fly, and you must admit, but everybody knows I don't go for it.
Clutch my pearls. This girl is slapping 4 guys. This is nuts. Roxanne's Revenge, I'd never heard anything like it. And it definitely put the battery in many a female's back, including mine.
Roxanne Shantae became an overnight sensation and the next year battled to be named the best rapper in the world. The battle for world supremacy at the age of 15 as the only female.
I remember looking at the board, and the board had my name 12 times against 12 different male rappers. I said, oh, so everybody's just battling me all day. Like, you know, we're gonna try to eliminate her. It got down to me and the last person, and someone said, she's been getting 9s and 10s all day. Man, she can't lose.
Roxanne Shantae.
Telling you something, get it together. The hat you wearing ain't even leather. You wanna play games and you wanna get loose? Well, we all know who got the juice.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
I remember looking at the judges.
Bambaataa, we got a 10. WizKid, we got a 10.
One judge turned it over and it was a 4.
We got a 4.
And so I lost that day. The judge said, it's not that you didn't win. We couldn't allow it at that time. The judge said hip-hop was just starting to be recognized as a real genre of music. They were not going to respect us if the best in the world was a 15-year-old girl. There's no way.
Today, you need to have thick skin, but back in the 80s, oh, you needed to be a rhino, honey, because for one, you could be as good as any man and you still wasn't getting the level of respect that you deserved as a woman on the mic.
It was a devastating blow for Roxanne, but that didn't stop her from becoming a huge influence for women like me and my girl Pep. We take Roxanne's battle rap and add some sex appeal.
First, sexually explicit, tongue-in-cheek. Everybody today took a page out of Salt-N-Pepa's book. Everyone.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.